Go ahead and start us off.
Chris, you didn't get a quality start, didn't necessarily play clean, but at the end of the game, you guys have more runs than they do. I mean, what's kind of your general impressions of how the night went?
Yeah, it's an ugly win. It's better than a good-looking loss, I guess. And we'll take, we started kind of rough. We don't help Christian out in the first. I thought Christian had good stuff in the first and had to throw a bunch of pitches and then just come out and they were on him. And so I thought the rest of our bullpen did a great job. Brandon, Preston, and obviously Landon there at the end. And then, when we don't play well, we still have an opportunity to win because of the way we pitch and our kids stay invested. And we usually find a way to get something going late, and we did again tonight.
Theo?
Your base running came up big in the seventh. Braylon scoring on the wild pitch, getting 2 runs out of the infield single. How critical was that in just getting the lead there with your base running?
Yeah, I thought, sometimes you're just opportunistic because it's a 3-2 count on that play and everybody's running and we get a head start and just the right time, right place, right ball. And most of the night I felt like we were hitting balls right at them, so we finally had a ball kind of hit in the right spot for us and we were able to score a couple.
Joel?
You mentioned him a little bit a minute ago, but Preston Johnson, I really felt like the game kind of settled down and things when he came in, he has become a bigger and bigger part of this pen for you as the season has worn on. And just has he surprised you, I guess, with how big of a piece he's become for you?
Coming out of spring training, I kind of knew he had a chance to be really good. And he kind of had a slow start of the spring, but he's got really good stuff. And, not just the velo on his fastball. When you start breaking down his analytics, he's just got really good stuff. And he's a big piece there. I mean, he's had some really big innings for us this year. And, we need more out of him. I told him already I'm going to need him again this weekend. So he's got to recycle and get ready to go.
Robbie?
Coach, I know y'all play so many games, you probably don't even keep up with this, but 100 wins and in just 3 years, you're the fastest to 100 wins in Mississippi State history, 20 faster than Ron Polk, I guess. Does that mean anything to you? Or
what'd you say?
So Ron Polk is
20 faster than Coach Polk? Because he keeps telling me his name's on the stadium.
Well, he earned that. But
he does. He did earn that. He gives me a hard time all the time, though. So I got something I can hold on. So he's the guru. So he's the godfather. So I got to bust his chops. Go ahead, Robbie. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
I know you've had some great players, but it's still pretty special to be mentioned in the same category as Ron Polk and Paul Gregory. What's that mean to you?
It means we've had great players, and I got a great staff. I mean, when we win, it is so little about me. And Rowdy was joking me after the game. He says, "You came here at the right time, Coach." So I laughed. I said, "Yeah, it's a good time, but we have, man, this is a great program. And just keeping it moving forward is our goal as coaches. But man, I have a great staff around me and we've had, we've had some special players and we will continue to have special players.
Also, just curious what the dynamic was like in the dugout without Scott Foxhall. Who was calling pitches and what was that like tonight?
So, Fox being out. So, we let LT, Fox worked with LT and Christian today, watched hitters, did everything during the day. And LT called his own game, and I thought it was pretty clean. The only piece we probably left out is we usually call a lot of picks and we probably didn't pick enough early. We started calling picks from the dugout when we picked the guy off and different things, but we got to do a better job with that. But Fox will be back tomorrow, but I give LT a lot of credit. He's super talented and he's probably our most cerebral player that we got. I mean, he'll coach one day because he knows the game so well. So putting it in his hands wasn't a real stress for us.
John?
Chris, you kind of mentioned this a little bit earlier, but I mean, the bullpen doing what it did tonight. I mean, what's kind of your confidence level in them heading into the home stretch of the last couple of weeks of the season?
Since day one, our bullpen's been our strength, and it continues to bail us out of some games and help us win weekends. And they're pitching really well right now. So I see that continuing. And when you get in the postseason, man, bullpens are huge, and how you match up and what you can do. And I just feel like we can do a lot of different things with our bullpen.
And this kind of piggybacks off Robbie's question there. Obviously, you talked about how it's not about you, it's about the players. But, when you took this job, did you kind of envision that you'd have this much success so quickly? And I mean, has it gone even better than you thought?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I would like to think so. I mean, I thought we'd win. I thought we'd be good. I knew we were coming into a situation where, that team we took over after 18, and I always tip my hat to Gary Henderson. I don't think he ever gets enough credit. Gary Henderson did a great job of keeping that team together and teaching that team how to play the game. And that team became very tough-minded. And I think we've been able to keep that through the program. And I think that's some of the big things. But we expect us to win, or that's kind of the expectation here in Mississippi State. So the high bar, I don't think that's ever going away.
Steve.
Coach, going back to the big inning there where you took the lead, DeBro kind of grinds out on at bat and then just kind of puts the ball in play. But it's a veteran, a guy there in a veteran situation kind of coming up clutch. I mean, you kind of take me through that sequence, and how did you feel about having him in the plate there with the game on the line?
Well, I felt really good about it. I thought they were going to make the switch with the pitch at that time, so I wasn't sure who he was going to face. But, he's the one who turns to me and says, Coach, I'm going to take right here until I get a strike, because the zone had been not the umpire zone, but the pitcher just had a hard time throwing strikes at that point. And, the two pitch he took, a lot of guys swing at, and just Scotty's trying to grind that at bat out and make something happen. And really, as soon as it goes 2-2 to 3-2, all the pressure went on to the pitcher, and then even the base runners are moving. Just a lot of things are happening. And I thought he did a great job of just letting that at bat come to him a little bit.
Tyler.
Hey, Chris, a little bit off topic, so bear with me here. But obviously, Riley Self went down with an injury a couple months now. But, just in social media posts and even with him still coaching at first base, it seems like he's been very involved still. Just what can you say about everything that he's done since he went down with that injury and just kind of what he's meant to the team as y'all go on this run?
Yeah, he, he's a Mississippi State guy through and through. I mean, and he, and when it happened, we sat down, talked a lot of different scenarios, and he still wanted to be with the team. He wants to coach in the future, which is going to be a good thing for him, and he'll be a really good coach. And so, he's getting rehab every day, and then he comes out and helps us every night. And it's been a positive. I tell him he's the dugout police too. So when guys start talking trash, he's got to quiet them down. Unfortunately, he probably talks more than anybody else. So, but he's been really good for our program, and we got guys like that all over this program that may not be contributing every day between the lines, but man, they're helping us win.
Aaron, you can wrap us up.
Coach, 6 up, 6 down for Landon, ho hum. I'm sure you've run out of things to say about this guy, but for an out of towner like me, humor me. How do you put his talent and his season into perspective when you think back maybe on some of the other great closers you've had in your career?
I've had an opportunity. I've had some really good closers in my career, and he's at the top of the list. The stuff is great. The makeup and the mindset that he takes out there and our team takes as soon as they see him getting ready. As soon as that run came across, it was landing hot, and he changes games. I mean, he literally changes games, and he changes what other coaches want to do in the dugout, because we know that we got him over there. So he stuff was electric tonight, really good. I thought his slider was good, but he's one of the best in the business. I mean, he's as good as I've been around.